Finally, the race's success benefits everyone because it will fuel F1's growth. And it will benefit everyone, including traditionalists who may be disturbed by the frenzy around F1's return to Vegas. But it hasn't been easy for F1 and Liberty Media, as people have been complaining for months about closed roads and massive building projects to make the street race ready. And Liberty Media CEO Greg Maffei has now apologized for the disruption caused to neighbors in preparation for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, while emphasizing the event's anticipated benefits. Formula One comes to Las Vegas with a race organized by the series. However, Las Vegas has been preparing for the task for the previous 9 months, with the building of a street circuit that encompasses the iconic Las Vegas Strip required to stage the Formula One action. The substantial road resurfacing and installation of the pits and paddock on the $240 million brownfield property purchased by Liberty has been far from ideal for Las Vegas residents. Local opposition to the event has showed itself at times, including the tearing down of privacy screens built to prevent spectators from getting a bird's-eye view of the circuit from nearby overhead bridges. Maffei apologized for the inconvenience and thanked Las Vegas residents for their willingness to tolerate us, emphasizing that Formula One's participation will benefit them in the long run. "I want to apologize to all the Las Vegas residents, and we appreciate that they have their forbearance and their willingness to tolerate us," Maffei said in a statement. "We're going to bring something like $1.7 billion of revenue to the area. So it's not just for the benefit of fans who want to view. We hope this is a great economic benefit in Las Vegas. We hope this is the most difficult year with all the construction that went on, and things will be easier in the future." Renee Wilm, CEO of the Las Vegas Grand Prix, stated that transportation was the most difficult aspect of the event to organize, demonstrating temporary bridges for people and cars as part of the procedures taken to keep the city running throughout the F1 action. "I would say the biggest challenge is really just transport planning," she explained to Sky Sports. "We are essentially encapsulating 60,000 hotel rooms, workers, guests, and visitors of Las Vegas. And how do we ensure that we are able to keep traffic moving, keep people moving when the track is hot? And in that regard, we have installed 3 temporary bridges which will allow vehicles to access the interior of the track while we are during race time. And working with the locals hand in glove to figure out how we continue to move the employees and how we get guests into the interior of the track." The Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix this weekend is a $500 million bet on a race in the world's self-proclaimed sports and entertainment capital. And F1 requires it in order to function properly. The event will take over Las Vegas, with automobiles racing along the world-famous Las Vegas Boulevard, often known as the Strip. The addition of a Grand Prix race through the world-famous Las Vegas hotels and casinos, which have appeared in countless films and TV shows, is likely to promote F1's development, notably in the United States. To do so, however, F1 has had to renounce its commercial paradigm, put its hand in its pocket, and invest heavily. This race will not be staged by an independent promoter who will pay tens of millions of dollars for the honor, as is normal. Instead, F1 is promoting the race itself and will continue to do so for the next 10 years. The idea is easy to grasp. Las Vegas will pique the interest of fans not only in the United States, which is F1's key growing market, but also around the world. The race will draw celebrities, high-rolling VIP visitors, and even some average fans, or at the very least, those who can afford the outrageous ticket prices justified by the premium pleasures on offer. It will also generate significant media coverage with a $1.3 billion economic impact on Las Vegas. All of this, however, comes at a great cost. And it is a cost that has crept up, partly because of present economic conditions, partly because of F1's enormous effort with this event, and partly because of additional security and traffic measures that are required. Furthermore, given the 10-year contract, the first-year costs will undoubtedly be much higher than the recurrent ones. F1 has spent $280 million on pit building and circuit development at this point. That edifice will house permanent displays, meaning that F1 will be present in Las Vegas on a daily basis outside of the Grand Prix weekend. The total cost of the event is projected to be around $0.5 billion. In reality, Liberty Media just announced total spending of $435 million through the end of September. Whether the final amount exceeds or falls short of $500 million F1 has made a massive wager on Las Vegas's prospects. Following several complaints from Las Vegas locals, Lewis Hamilton has encouraged Formula One to be respectful. Regular residents of Las Vegas, which has a population of roughly 640,000 people, have had their lives upended in recent weeks as the city finalizes its F1 preparations. However, the method in which it was carried out has resulted in a large number of angry neighbors who have been subjected to increased traffic and financial hardship. Even if a Las Vegas resident does not attend the race, they will have discovered that their lives have become more expensive as a result of reports of surcharges being added to taxi fares, premiums placed on venues overlooking the track, and more time spent in their personal cars navigating the diversions caused by the closure of the strip. It has caused ill will among some redistributors, and Hamilton has asked the sport to be respectful of the citizens. "I've heard there's been a lot of complaints about the event being here from the locals," Hamilton told Sky Sports. "I think we have to be respectful of the locals here. So many people working so hard, there's a lot of money and wealth in this city. We've got to make sure people are taken care of. We can't be a circus that shows up that's all glitz and glamour and people are affected negatively by it, in my opinion." To be successful, this race must completely take over downtown Las Vegas. F1 had learned that lesson 4 decades before, in 1981 and 1982, when races were held in the parking lot of the Caesars Palace Hotel. Nobody cared in Las Vegas. It provided no economic advantage, and drivers, teams, and spectators despised it. In the mists of time, it's easy to forget that some of the anticipation around that event was akin to that surrounding today's Las Vegas Grand Prix. This serves as a reminder that there are no guarantees in gambling, but this unique race is unlike any other. While its location in the center of Las Vegas on public roads ensures that the 2023 event will be everything that the previous Caesars Palace Grand Prix was not, it is causing havoc. Locals have been outraged, and it remains to be seen how the logistics of opening and closing the traffic circle will work. F1 must tolerate running on track late in the day as a compromise. The race begins at 10 p.m. on Saturday, making it the first Grand Prix not held on Sunday since the South African Grand Prix in 1985. It could become the first Grand Prix to end on a different day than it began. The entire weekend program is strange, with on-track racing on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but no support races. F1 has gone to considerable lengths in terms of time and logistics to make this event a reality. This initiative would not have been possible without the support of major hotels such as the Bellagio, Caesars Palace, and the Wynn. With the hope that this will become an iconic sports event as well as a social media hit, there is also the chance of a paradigm shift in how F1 markets itself. If Las Vegas pays well and F1 is showered with gold in the form of money, publicity, and Instagrammable racing experiences, it may have a seismic impact on the sport's strategy. The season concludes the next weekend in Abu Dhabi, following the penultimate round in Las Vegas. What are your feelings about the race? Will it be a success? Let us know in the comments.